The garden. Some call it the outer or endless green. Some see it as a harsh, inhospitable land. And some call it the last bastion of freedom. Some strive to conquer it. Poor souls. The truth is, nothing out there is like it is on the inside. And it is all immeasurably vast. Too vast, even. And yet, if you know where to look, you can maybe find yourself. How am I so sure about this? Simple enough. I've seen it. Welcome to the garden.
Hello everyone, welcome back.
Hello.
Hi, long time no see. I believe it's a couple of weeks now since our last. Hello everyone, welcome back.
Hello.
Oh, sorry, little audio that's coming back from my Mac. How are you doing, guys? How's everything's going? Um, first of all, as always, please let us know if you can hear us, if you can see us properly, if everything is working, because there's always a lot going on when we are in live stream. Thank you, Grelo. And by the way, hi Grelo, hi Chloe, hi Joao,
Oh,
Guido, Joy,
lot of
Jay. Um, oh, thank you as always, all of you for being here. With this time, I believe a little, very short notice. I believe this was
yes.
like um, I believe we gave the information about this live stream like yesterday, but
Yes.
we've been working on a lot of stuff. As you know, we are just about to deliver Outgun Adventure, which is actually it's going to be earlier. It's going to arrive earlier than expected to bakers, and so we are starting to receive all the stuff, the passport. We have showed you where is under my coffee, of course. We show you the coasters for Outgun Adventure, and coins and rings. And if you are a backer of Outgun Adventure, you have seen everything on Backerkit. But we are so excited for everything that's coming to our houses these days. And also, we are excited because in 7 days we are about to embark on yet another, for us at least, journey to the garden with adventures in the household.
Yes. It's very
Uh,
strange
yeah,
living in this wonderful world of crowdfunding because at the very same time, it seems to me like household Welcome to the Garden ended like yesterday and 3 years
7 years
ago.
ago. Yeah,
Like I don't know if you ask me when did your last crowdfunding campaign end, but I don't know. Sometimes I ask you just now, and some other time I don't know 3 4 years. I can't remember this long.
it's always crazy, and I mean it's already doing crowdfunding campaign. It's a kind of a weird alternate reality experience because you are there's so much going on at the same time, but doing kind of the same campaign 2 times in a row, like we did household 2 in November. Now we are doing in 7 days the 5e conversion for household volume 2. That's just unreal because it's yeah, it's like we are stuck in a loophole these days. But yeah,
We
uh
knew, we already knew that working on household is like endless. Work on
yeah,
household never ends. It just starts, but
like
it goes on and on and on, seemingly forever.
um so the cool thing is that although we are doing something old, we are doing a 5e conversion of a game that's already been on Backerkit, we are going to take kind of a new spin on it. We will bring a lot of new stuff in this campaign, and this campaign will be both a chance for all of you to unlock some new stretch goals that might even be ported to the original household, or maybe, and also to see what we are going on, because during the past weeks we have collected a little bit of new artwork, new texts, new, just stuff that we wanted to share, and we thought what better time to share all the amazing things that we are doing that during the Backerkit campaign for Adventures in the Household. So buckle up, because in 7 days we are going to be back with live streams and art reveal and all that stuff that we know you love and we love as well.
That's it.
So back to us. What's Adventures in the Household? Hi, I am Rico. This is Simone. If this is the first live stream of Two Little Mice that you are watching, I'm sorry for you, but that's how it goes.
Catch up, but we'll do our best.
We'll do our best. So, Adventures in the Household is the 5e conversion of Household, a game about littling living in a big abandoned house, and Household Volume 2 is the expansion to Household that we just crowdfunded on Backerkit last year, and it's an expansion about going out of the house and into the garden.
Explore the garden.
Now, since we were supposed to wait a little bit between the original edition and the 5e edition, but since we received so much love, let us say
we were overwhelmed with support and fans and backers, and this became our biggest, highest grossing campaign ever, breaking several records in a row. With ease, I must say, with some ease. So yes, here we are. We wanted to keep working on it, and so jumping right to the 5e conversion seems to us like a good idea at the time.
So we are doing it straight away. We will do Adventures in the Household Journey to the Garden, which will be the 5e porting to Household Volume 2. And I believe it's good that we start from showing you the books, so you can see what we are making. This is the cover art, one of the best pieces of this campaign, the cover art for Journey to the Garden. Journey to the Garden is the equivalent of Household Volume 2, just for 5e, which means that
we will repeat these a lot now and during the next three weeks, I don't know, whatever. Everything you'll see, even if hopefully when we start showing new art that we are working on, will be featured in both versions. Of course, you will find the same art both in the original Volume 2 and in this 5e conversion, Journey to the Garden. So don't worry. Of course, we will try to show as many new art as possible since we are working on it, but it's just to keep you in the loop, and showing you that work is going fast, but there's nothing exclusive in this edition. Just the same content translated for a different game system. But we will repeat it again and again, a lot.
So this is Household Volume 2, the green book with the Bogart girl on a leaf. This is the same book. And this time we are featuring a Shinigami on the cover because many of you asked to have a Shinigami on one of the covers, and oddly enough there weren't any, and it was not intentional, it was just something that happened during the design process. So this cover is entirely dedicated to a Shinigami samurai. And of course to this beautiful little giant bird. So But we have yet another, sorry, I was looking in what position I put all the reveal. We have another cover to show you. We just showed this in an email a couple days ago, and this is the cover for the first expansion, The Journey to the Garden, which is called Winter Never Ends. Now, Winter Never Ends is a saga of the long winter from the original Household. It's ported into Winter Never Ends, and this cover...
The same saga, we just prefer to change the name of the book because it's easier to talk about it and to sell it.
Yeah.
Just to be absolutely blunt with you, but it's the same saga, the same story with the same character in the end, the same adventure inside. I know the change of title could cause some confusion, but rest assured, it's just to more easily recognize the 5D version from the original version. That's it.
And since we already have 3 covers dedicated to our dear Gwen Summers, our Boggart scholar Gwen, this time with Daniela we decided to dedicate the cover of Winter Never Ends to another character of a saga of the Long Winter of Winter Never Ends. So, Yuri, I'm about to answer you. So this fae, this wild fae, as we used to call them, is one of the 24 pre-made characters that you will find inside the book, and her name is Nadia. Nadia is a soldier, will represent the fae as a soldier. She's what we call a sider,
Yes.
and because she uses these 2 bone sides. And this is a particular weapon that now we can clearly see in the end of Nadia. It's shaped like this so they can wear it while flying. So basically it's designed to, you know,
Not bother the wings during flight.
Nadia is represent a new vocation, which is the Vanguard, and will be like possibly the toughest, coldest littling that you can play in any Household saga, and will also be, this is the first time that we are referring to the Fey army, to the army of the court of the Seelie, as something that you should play as, because in Household there are no good and bad, you know, positions. There's just, you know, history and the people who write it. So yeah, you will have a chance to play as a Vanguard soldier of the Seelie army, which is the army of the Fae, of the outside Fae.
Someone is already suggesting she's Julia's nemesis.
Yes. And it is, I
They
believe,
are on opposite front, of course. You know,
it's very intentional that she's kind of what we call her the outside Julia, because this is our way in Household to convey that there are no right parts. There is no, it's not like the Fae, the Great Imperial Army, is the good guy and the Wild Fae attacking from the outside are the bad guys, because the same person are in both army. So it makes it, this is actually one of the first characters that we did for Household Volume 2. It makes complete sense for us to have something that we could vibe with, like something that we already know from Household Volume 1, to see it outside and to see how these guys from outside are actually similar to the one inside. So yeah, for us this is very, and this will also, I don't want to spoil too much about that, but this will be something that comes up in the saga. And in fact we decided to show her, as you can see, I don't know if you can see in the cover, in the background you can see soldiers from the Great Imperial Army, because she's either luring them into a trap or trying to escape them or waiting for them. We don't know, but there's something going on with the Great Imperial Army. And Yulia Dragomirov will play a crucial role in the Great Imperial Army of the outside, but You will see. You will have to wait. So all these books together to the Art of Household will be bundled up in the Opera Omnia Volume 2. Now, you might have noticed that unlike the original Household, which is color-coded, we have the house that is purple. Let me show you one more time. Here it is. And the books are inside. We have the house that is purple, and we have the outside, which is green. In Adventures in the Household, they are color-coded by system, so all Adventures in the Household boxes have this color that we call caramel, but it's basically a warm
caramel brown.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not good with colors.
So yes, the Opera Omnia of Volume 2 will be similar to the Opera Omnia of Volume 1 for Adventures in the Household. And inside the Opera Omnia box, you will find the two books that we just showed you. You will find the Art of Household and the screen. Now, talking about tough and cold character, I believe it's
already a fan favorite.
Yeah.
This character.
So this is the outside version of the season screen. The 5e version of the season screen.
Yes.
The season screen for Household Volume 2 feature all the different season, and this one, since the first one from Adventures in the Household showed General Valentin Dulamp, we thought it would be funny to have another general from the outside on the cover of this screen. So what better littling to put on the cover on an outside screen than General Morgana Astralta of the Sealy Court. Imperial Fae, as you can see from her wings. If you're familiar with Household, Morgana is mentioned in the Household Guide, in a practical guide to living inside the house. We know that at a certain point Morgana followed Oberon inside the house. Then for some reason she decided to go back. Then we find out in the quick start for the garden, spoiler alert, we found out that Morgana went outside to recover the body of Titania Lightheart of Dendronos. Sorry, it's always difficult to change the name, to speak their name in English. Because we talk
it's the same because we use different languages. Sometimes we translated something in Italian for the Italian version, so it's always complex.
It's not always easy to remember how they are called in English, but yes, it's a character that was never actually shown before now, and there been, at least in Italy, there's been a lot of speculation around this character. Is she a good guy? Is she a bad guy? We don't know. Now we know at least that she's cold as ice, and she's a fearsome warrior of the Sealy Court, as you can probably see. And we see her in this representation with two small bone blades, like two bone knives. But she's actually famous for another weapon, which is the trident, because she used to fly with the trident against beasts that are much bigger than her.
You really wants to know if Nadia is married. I don't know.
I don't know if there is even marriage in the court of the Sealy. We'll have to find out. I see there's a lot of appreciation for the art. As always, everything that you have seen, it's been made by Daniela during these days. She's been tirelessly working with all the art, because not only we have a deadline to meet to deliver Household by the end of the year, but also because we wanted to have a lot of stuff to show during the campaign, because we really want this campaign. Now we are, let's face it, Adventures in the Household, it's never been big as Household, so we cannot expect to, even if we make half of what household have made, it would be crazy. It would
Party
be,
all night.
yeah. So
Unbelievably good.
so yeah, we have to lower our expectation, but still, household is always a matter of joy and love for us. So it's important that we have something to share, that we have something to show. Even if we don't unlock 2 stretch goals a day, we still want to have art to reveal, things to discuss about, things to show you. So yeah, we are trying. But what else do we have to show today? Not only we have the screen, we have Morgana, we also have, today is going to be a live about showing what we are doing.
Yes.
Oh, we have the dice, the green dice, the garden themed dice. Now, we only showed that in an email.
Yesterday.
Just yesterday. So
20 years, hours ago.
So this is almost the first. We always have a lot of fun designing polyhedric dice, like D&D style dice. This time, of course, with Daniela, we went for a garden theme, so leaves and flowers, as opposed to the keys and sisters from the original caramel dice. As always, I believe they look gorgeous. These dice, as the first one, were made by Q Workshop, which I believe any D&D player, RPG player knows them, because they make the coolest dice available.
Yes.
And it's just having Q Workshop make your dice is like going to Mercedes and having them make you a car just for you. It's kind of, it's one of the perks of the job, if you ask me, because I have a lot of dice made by them. It's always a pleasure to see how they work, and they are always so that they have all this cool material, and I think even just by looking at the mock-up, you can see how cool they are, and I cannot wait to actually have them. Thank you, guys. Will you make cards? No, we will not make. We have already said that for the original household, we will not make cards.
Aces.
For of course we have the aces, but you already know that we have the aces for the owls, and we have the aces for
the original aces deck and the new we unlocked during the first the household volume 2 campaign. Both they will be available from day one in Adventures in the Household. So yes, that's 50 cards. So,
we have
it's a lot of cards, if you ask me.
This is the original deck from the first campaign, and just let me show you at least one jogger, one of my favorite jogger, Erasmo J. Hemingway. These are extremely cool cards, and you can use it as tokens, of course, for the aces up your sleeve that you can give to players. And in Adventures in the Household, those are basically your inspiration. We use aces for an inspiration like mechanic. But we will not do any other cards. So yeah, Verana is beautiful. Of course, Valentin Dulamp is my favorite card, but we gotta show a little bit of love to Erasmo. I'm obsessed with the art of Erasmo, with the
Joker hat.
Yeah, and the plume, the quill.
I don't know how it's called. Yes,
Right,
those
quill,
the things
quill.
that you used to write.
I don't know. Yes, so dice, which is something that when we do dice for our game, we can only do one design. That's the like the sad part, because of course our dice have to be all
One
similar
type, yeah.
or identical, because our system, our signature system, is based on matches. These are the original household dice. So we only have to do one die, and we can only make one die. And when we do polyhedric dice, we can do different shapes, kind of similar on the same team. So we have to study some little shapes that we want to repeat, that we want to use, some themes that we want to have. In this case, of course, the brambles, the thorns, and the leaves are something that you will see along the dice. So it's always it's something different, and it's always fun. Hi Gaia. And that's almost everything that we had to show today, because we have another art reveal and another preview, anticipation, I don't know, a little spoiler. Will there ever be a Brazilian Lua culture? I don't know.
Thank you, because you appreciate Lua.
Yeah.
And as we do, we identify ourselves as Lua as well. Really don't think so.
There is a mixture of culture at these.
Yes.
At this point, every folk is not inspired by a single culture, but it's a mixture of stuff. Of course, we have shinigamis outside, and when it comes to Japan, there is such a high amount of codification that it's more identifiable. But for other folks, it will be always a mixed things.
Yes.
For example, we got gnomes. Gnomes are a mixture of kind of Peru, and you've got Eskimos. I don't know how.
I don't know.
I'm sorry, Inuit. That
Yes, I don't know
Dutch culture.
proper English name.
It's harder in English. You have to forgive me. There is something of Native Americans going on, so it's different culture that we find connected in a certain aspect of their culture, and we don't want to put them in the game. We just try to take inspiration from real life. We just try to depict different aspects of the human nature, because that's what household is about: human relationship and social interaction. Yes, Jay, that's not canon yet, but so what's coming next? First of all, in 7 days, Adventures in the Household Journey to the Garden will go live on Backerkit. We'll see how it goes. If the campaign goes well and we manage to unlock some additional stuff, we will unlock it for the original household as well, because we cannot leave you empty handed. Gnomes are not inspired by Italian people. Gnomes are hardworking, good fellows. So there's
your
no
standard Italian guy.
There's no inspiration to take from in Italy. What I was saying, 7 weeks, we are locked. Everything will be unlocked for original household as well. We will have our next live stream will be in exactly 7 days. 1
As
hour.
usual, we launch live.
I believe 1 hour before now.
Yes, I
basically.
think we will. Yes, we will launch at 5 p.m. Italy time, I think, if I remember correctly. So yes,
4 p.m.
About 4 p.m. Italy time, we will be as usual live for 1 hour before launch. It's 4 p.m. It's like 10 a.m. New York time, more or less, like 7 a.m. Pacific time, something like that.
Basically, we'll be live in 6 days
22
hours and a half.
Yes,
Something like
yes.
that. So
Just
you
to
make
give you
your
an idea
calculation.
more precise as
Yeah.
possible.
So yeah. And what I was about to say is that before we start, we will show you during the next live stream, we will show you the first stretch goal of this campaign. Now, the first stretch goal will be extremely cool if you are new to household, if you are baking adventures in the household. If you already backed Welcome to the Garden Household Volume 2, it will be something that you already have, but I believe it will be interesting for you as well, because our first stretch goal will be the unlocking of the household history poster with the chronology of the household history for adventures in the household as well. This
Yes.
is an extremely huge stretch goal for the guys at Adventures in the Household, so they are lucky because you did all the hard work back then, you original household backers. But for you, it would still be a cause for celebration because you will have a chance to actually see the full art made by Daniela for the household history, and it's just mind-blowing. It will not only be your first look at some famous littlings like Sage Cagliostro, but it will be one of the, I believe, most stunning pieces of art in the household history, and it's only fitting that it's in the household history. So you will see. It's amazing. So even if it's an unlock for Adventures in the Household, I believe you'll be happy as well. It's a bold claim, but I'll stand by it because once you see, I don't know, Simone, what do you think? But it's crazy.
Yes, it's way better that I myself anticipated, since I didn't see a lot of the process because Daniela started working on it while we ended the campaign, and the last day and the day immediately after for me is a lot of work to you know guys, you for me, mail and payments and stuff. So I didn't have the time to actually see all the progress of the art, but yes, I can confirm it's absolutely stunning.
You'll see and you'll tell us. But for me, if that would have been the cover of the books, I would have been happy. Really, I honestly was like, maybe we should change the cover of the art book. I don't like to change the cover after we have sold the book, but I was like, maybe yeah, because it's really that good. I'm in love, but me personally, I am a sucker for the art that showcase the leaders of the house, of Arcadia, Titania, Cagliostro, Paracelsus, or Brave Spine. I like those characters. Of course, for me, it's always emotional to see them come to life once again. But also today, before we leave you, we have another tiny art reveal for you.
It's
Another
not time.
character. Last time we showed you Shiro Nizume, the alter ego of Ernest Gilmore from Household Volume 1. So let me see if I can show you. Yeah, here we go. Last time we show
My
you.
favorite house of things so far. It was already my favorite character, as you probably already know, but the history,
One of the weirdest.
the incredible adventure, the personal growth of this character, it's something that amuses me.
It's really yeah. It's one of the weirdest, you know, glow up in the house of this.
We should make that before and after.
But we have another character, and this is going to be a character that's was highly requested, and it was so hard for us not to show her before, and she is our valet. That's a new vocation for the new profession of the wayfarer. So in Household Volume 2 and Journey to the Garden, there will be a new profession. If you don't know yet, that's the wayfarer. So someone that travels for a living. One of the vocation or subclasses for the wayfarer is the valet, and the valet is basically someone that gets directly paid by someone to bring or take something somewhere.
Yes.
That's the definition on the Cambridge Dictionary, and I'm pretty sure, or something along that line. So she's in fact a postal officer, a male person. I don't know. I would. We already been through that, and I always forgot to check. What's the gender neutral for mailman? Postal worker. So she will be, thank you, a postal worker, but not any postal worker. She will work for the pollen, and the pollen, POLLEN, is a specific dispatchment branch of the Great Imperial Post of the realm, and pollen is especially carried on foot. So the postal worker of the pollen are especially people who will take letters and small packages to you by foot. And that's because they will go where no one else can go, where in places and in weathers that no one can withstand but them. So yeah. Without further ado, I believe that we can reveal our new addition to the character of A Saga of the Long Winter and Winter Never Ends, which is Slua Wayfarer Ronia. And I leave you to her because
It's
so you can see the iconic yellow
and
black striped uniform of the pollen. Yeah, exactly, Grelo. And
yes, 9 of cuteness. It's a proper reaction
see,
to the art.
yeah, we have, I believe we are the RPG with the most amazing and classy hats in history. I believe that's if there was an Emmy award for best hats, that would definitely go to Household every year. Like I know, Chloe, it's
It's the House of the World. It will become the House of the World for best art in a game. Happy to see everybody's loving Ronia.
what about Elsie? Well, maybe there will be a chance to see Elsie before the end of the campaign. We will see. Daniela's working on a lot of stuff. What's her name? Ronia. It's Ronja. Ronia.
Yes.
As a famous character from Astrid Lindgren, I believe.
Yes, I think so.
And as you can see, Ronia shares Gwen's inability to keep her sheets of paper together. That's something that Daniela doesn't always draw papers and pages and letters, but when she does it all over the place. It's the the main reason for that picture to exist. Those letters should be in the mail. Yeah, I know, but you know it's windy outside. She's doing her best, Jay.
Look at her. I mean,
You have to know. I don't always.
yeah, which is over.
I don't like to discuss about backgrounds of different characters, but Ronia's background is basically that she failed the exam, the final exam to become a postal worker. So she were discarded because postal workers in the realm are part of the army. So
Yes.
there's a lot of exams that you should
A
do.
ranking position in a way, because you know you are in the army, you get paid, but you don't actually go to war. So it's a very cool job to have.
But yes, she also you have to um, you have to know someone, of course, because
You basically have to be like Dimitri,
like yeah, you have,
Dimitri as ancient as possible.
I mean, it's not a job for everyone. You should have the right connection to be a postal worker in Realm. So she failed the exam. Maybe she didn't have enough outside help. We don't know, but she failed the exam and she had to give up to her dream until war happened. Wild Fae attacked from the garden, and suddenly no one wanted to go delivering mails to the garden. And so there was a lot of openings, and Ronia was like, I'll do it. I'll go to the garden in the most dangerous places of the house, in the most dangerous times for any places of the house, and I will go there by foot delivering love letters, delivering
And such.
packages, official documents, love letters, envelopes, and notifications. That's what
That is
Poland
what Poland
stands for. So small stuff. So yeah, I hope you'll have fun playing as Ronia or having Ronia in your groups. Missive of an impersonator. Yes.
Yes.
Um,
What to say? Thank you guys for being here with us, having us show and share some of the new art we are working on. Thank you for waiting with us. This new launch next week in exactly 23 hours and 15 minutes. We will be live on Backerkit with Adventures in the Household Journey to the Garden. I think it's almost an hour. We are talking and rambling. So probably is time for say goodbye. If you have questions or whatever, you can find us on Facebook, on email, Discord, whatever.
yes. And also, if you are an outgunned baker, let me remind you that by the end of the household campaign, you will start to receive your at least tracking number, because by the end of April you should receive your pledge with 1 month earlier than expected, and B, you will have the reveal for Outgunned 3, which is for now being called Project Storm. So yeah, after household
We will talk about it after the
So,
end
it's
of Adventures in the Household campaign.
it's going to be intense this year. It's going to be something. as you know, I have to remind that this 2025 marks 5 years of existence for To the Mice as you know it, meaning me, Simone, and Daniela, Katerina working together, publishing RPGs by ourselves. It's our 5th year, so it's going to be a special year. We are dedicated this year to the firsts, or the first time. So we are going to do a lot of stuff for the first time, and yes, get ready. Thank you, guys. Hard to read through all the comments, but thank you.
Thank you, Sean.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bruno, and thank you everything. It's like Sprico said, been 5 years since we've been together doing games for an international audience, using crowdfunding, and most of you has been here with us for the most part of the last 5 years. So thank you again. But we will have a bigger, longer chat in a week.
Yes. We'll see you next time. Get some rest and get ready for Journey to the Garden. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
The garden. Some call it the outer or endless green. Some see it as a harsh, inhospitable land. And some call it the last bastion of freedom. Some strive to conquer it. Poor souls. The truth is, nothing out there is like it is on the inside. And it is all immeasurably vast. Too vast, even. And yet, if you know where to look, you can maybe find yourself. How am I so sure about this? Simple enough. I've seen it. Welcome to the garden.